What's up, y'all? I'm PC McCray.
Hey, y'all, my name is Shaun, and this is the Everything Has Changed podcast.
From two college roommates to 40-something adults, life has been lifing, and we want to talk about it. We're the new adults, y'all. How did that happen?
I don't know, P, but we got to talk about it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What up, Shaun?
Hey,
Hello again.
crack-a-lackin'.
Blessed to see another week. Amen.
Yes, we're back at it. And you just had a birthday.
Hey, 44. My Obama year, as they say.
44.
Obama
I
year.
like it.
That's what they call
How
it.
was it? What did we do? How are we feeling?
You know, ever since I was 25, I have been intentional with having at least a part of the day where it's just by myself and I do whatever it is I want to do.
Yeah.
And just alone. And as I've grown, now it's more intentional with like prayer and meditation because it's your new year. So everything that people do at January 1st and all that, no, this is your personal new year. So I really take it serious and think about the things that I want to do this year and the goals I have. So I spent the morning really just in prayer and praise and worship because my God, today it's so much going on and just being here through everything. And then the rest of the day, I went to go see my dad. And bless his heart, of course, it just reminds him of Mom. My birthday. He says, I remember you fit in my hand. And it just made him. He said, and your mom, she was so good. She did so good. And he just bursting into tears.
Oh.
I know. I said, it's okay, Dad. She's here. She knows. You all did great. And then the fun stuff. So there's a place here that it's called Decisions Tactical, where you essentially go in and they have different rooms and scenarios. So you can go in as an FBI agent, CIA, cop, whatever. The first one is an apartment building and you get your scenario. So say you've been called for a loud noise disturbance, but there's a fight happening and there was a gun and a knife on scene and you need to go and handle it. And so you walk through this obstacle course with all that knowledge and you got to see who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. You got to handle the situation.
That sounds amazing.
It's awesome. Then another one was like target practice. These are fake guns, of course, obviously. They're target practices where you can just like focus on your shooting. And one was the real obstacle course, like they were bad guys were getting you. And you can save people in the mall. It was a mall attack or something.
So
And
like
so
an
they have
active
this.
shooter in the mall or
Yes.
something?
And you have to go in and identify again the innocent people and the bad people. And then now because it's October, they added like a zombie room. So you gotta like kill the zombies.
Oh, yeah, that'd be my room. Yeah, let me add him. I've been waiting for The Walking Dead for years.
Oh my gosh.
P, this is amazing. Do they have
It
them
was fun.
everywhere? I need this. I'm writing this
They
down.
need to. I'm sure Atlanta has something because
What's it called, P? Hold on.
Here it's called Decisions Tactical. Decisions Tactical.
How long does this take, P, when you go?
Oh yeah, we were there for like 2.5 hours.
Sounds so fun. So was it a whole group?
Yes, it was a group of my friends who are a hot mess. It was about 10 of us. And these, just the foolery. And again, we went like in pairs because you want to have an element of surprise. So me and my partner went, my teammate, we went in and we did everything right and shot appropriately. Another group of my friends, as soon as they open the door, all you hear is, we're like, no, there's no reason for you to be shooting right now.
Might as well.
They're innocent people. You didn't listen to the prompt at the beginning. You didn't listen at all. You just shot
give me the
everybody. They shot the dog. They shot everything and everybody. And we were like, oh my God. All we just hear, get out. Everybody get out. was like, "All right, okay, this is y'all aren't taking this seriously."
Oh.
Whoa! So that and they
Oh
had a
my god.
bar, which,
They
so
got a
they were
bar too?
it's a bar, it's food, and so they were
Man, this place
already
is amazing.
tipsy and going
Yeah.
in and shooting up zombies in apartments and shooting the innocent people. Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Man,
It was a
let
lot of
me at 'em.
fun.
Let me
Let me
at 'em.
add them. Let me add them because another thing I decided as I get older, I wanna do something active. So, like, last year I did
Oh,
this
okay.
tree trek, or this tree trek thing. It wore me out, and I wanted to do the indoor skydiving, but then decided
Oh,
to do the tactical. But I'm celebrating all month, so who knows? That may come later on. I don't know.
you know,
Yeah,
indoor skydiving
yeah,
sounds like the way to experience that instead of the other way,
because 'cause I'm not jumping out no plane.
you know?
I'm not jumping out a plane. I'm a
Because do they
terrible
put like a
flyer.
is there like a trampoline at the bottom when you do like indoor skydiving? What's on the floor? A net
I think
trampoline?
so. When I look at the
Okay.
videos, there's something because you start or is the wind already blowing? They kinda bring you in and the guide helps you do all that stuff, so I still may do it.
Mhm.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But it was
Yeah, we're
great.
gonna need to
I'm
do
I'm
that.
I'm grateful, celebrating all month, and just grateful to be here. Yep.
Hey, that sounds like fun, man.
It was awesome. It was
That
awesome.
sounds like fun.
They're nuts. They're insane. I have to remember that my friends are insane.
But of course, they're your friends. You can't leave yourself out the group now,
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah,
if
yeah.
oh, it's everybody else. You probably the
I'm
ringleader,
insane.
quite honestly.
But at least I try to follow the rules. We didn't
Okay, yeah.
wanna shoot up the innocent people. They just came in spraying.
Shouldn't have been there.
Okay,
Wrong,
well,
wrong, wrong time,
alright.
wrong place.
Okay, alright. What's good with you? What's up?
Nothing much, P. I had a crazy morning this morning,
Mm,
as I do from time to some days. Just things go a little haywire.
it's like
Okay,
that.
but I made it here. Okay, my child made it where she was supposed to be. Okay, was she late? Yes. Cause did mommy oversleep? Yes. But hey,
She
hey,
made it. She
she
made
made
it.
it. And I like to say, okay, this is the first time that's happened. Okay, so get off my back. Who am I talking to? I don't know. But it's the first time it's happened. So I'm thankful for that. Cause she been at this
Okay.
place all year. What, 10 months now. This is the first time mommy overslept to the point where it was a problem. So but she got where she needed to be. Look, and I made it back here to be with y'all. So
There you
I'm
go.
happy. I'll take that. That's my win for the day. Okay?
Yes.
It's
Made
my
it
win
happen.
for the day. Anyway, peace. So, but what we got to talk about today? Cuz lots going on this week.
Once again, a lot.
A lot.
The music
A lot.
industry
Yeah.
is beefs are
Hmm.
reappearing everywhere and
Let me just say this too cuz I'm not going to turn this into another Cardi episode. No more Cardi rants from me. But I
no
do
more
want to
crack.
say, look, that was last episode. But look, as I started off the episode talking about why do people get so mad that they
Ah,
yelling and spitting on the mic, and then
uh-huh,
I
uh-huh,
proceed to yell and spit.
uh-huh. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So you
But
know
what
what?
that is, you
Never
acknowledge
mind.
it though
Yeah,
that,
yeah. So it
"Oh,
is what it is. Okay.
this is how this happens."
That's how. That's exactly how. But I do
Mhm.
want to say because Cardi is still in her rollout because she took it back to the old school, so it looked like she gonna do a good 30 days of this, and I love it. Um, After we recorded last week, I saw that Cardi had a Jay Shetty interview out, and I haven't finished the entire interview yet, but I've watched. I think I'm halfway through so far, and I just want people to know it's a really good interview, and especially because you know Jay Shetty, he sits back, you know, he gives people the room to talk as long as they want. And Cardi was still being Cardi, but it wasn't like she was on the Breakfast Club or something like that. She wasn't. She was less animated and really talking about some real stuff. And she brings up her kids so much, and I just think it's a really good interview for folks to listen to learn more about Cardi and how she came up and her intentions behind everything because it was like I want to say it was like her most serious interview. It was even more serious than when she was with like Gayle King. Um and the one thing that I will say about it is because we talked a lot last week about her, having more kids and all these things, and she made it clear in this interview. She didn't say anything about, "Hey, I wanted to make sure I was married before I had kids," all this stuff. She said, "Hey, I cannot have children in this environment." So, and she was like, "So, I'll know it's okay to have kids when I'm outside of this environment because of the way I grew up." And so then she goes on to talk about how she had to go with her mom to work, and all these things and all this stuff because they grew up poor. So she said her main concern was not being married. It was not any of these things that we would normally think. She said, "My main concern is I cannot bring a child up in this same environment I came up in because of how bad it was." And then Jay Shetty, of course, goes on to ask her, "Well, what do you mean how bad it was? What are some of the things that have happened?" So she goes through like all the kind of stuff that she saw growing up and had to go through. And so she makes it clear it was her only goal in life was to be at a certain level before she had kids. And it wasn't to make sure anything, like she literally never brought that other stuff up. She was like, "I have to not be in this place." She said, "And I hit that goal and I'm so happy. That was the most important thing to me." And then she goes on to talk about their tutoring, like all the schedules and stuff that she has for them because she has the money and the access now. And she said
Amen.
that's literally only thing that she would think about. And there was one more thing that I said that I wanted to say, but it's still related to that. I don't want to give the whole interview away, but it was such a really good interview. And she really just gave voice to her reasonings and her intentions behind everything, the way she moves, everything. Talks about why she started stripping and what that looked like and how long she was doing all the things. But it was such a good interview. She was still being Cardi, but she wasn't being like extra and all this stuff. She was just giving it to you like, here's where I'm coming from. Here's how I grew up. Here's how my kids are living now, blah, 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 blah. And she just said, all I ever wanted was for my kids to be better than me. She's like, you don't got to be straight A. You don't got to be all these things. You don't got to be a doctor. You can be whatever you want to be, but I want you to be better than me. I want more for you than I have. And she said, and that's literally all I want. Everything else, oh, well, it is what it is. So I still got like half of the interview to go, but I was watching it thinking people who this will never happen, but people who don't care for her or don't understand whatever, I said this is literally the perfect interview for them to watch because she really was just a regular lady sitting up here. And she really talked more about those kinds of things that we normally don't hear because when she go on the radio, they want to ask her about Offset and they want to ask her about, all these other things.
Mhm.
And so it was just a really good interview. And when I saw it, I think it was Sunday or Monday, I saw the first clip. I said, "Oh, really, Cardi?
Yeah.
We talking to Jay Shetty? Okay." I was
Yeah.
not expecting.
They're
And I said,
taking it
"Oh, and we
worldwide.
still going. This girl."
It's
And,
working.
and I was listening to that album again, P. This is I think this album is clearly not a sophomore slump. It's very good. But I mean, I was listening to it like because they say her first one is a classic, and I'm like, is this every day I'm hearing more and more songs. They playing more singles and stuff. I was like, I didn't even know this song was
Yeah.
a single. It's on the radio. Let me say something.
I'm
That
hearing it a
airtime
lot.
song, when
Yeah.
she added Lotto to that remix,
It's a good time.
so good,
It's
so
a good
good.
time. It's a good time.
She's a good time. She's a good
I
time.
did see clips of that, interview, and it is on my list to watch, and so
On your to-do
I'll just check
list.
that out on my to-do list.
Yeah. But like you said, so much going on in the music scene, P. What else is going on?
Oh, the reigning pop star queen, Taylor Swift, released her newest
Oh, Taylor.
album. Mhm,
Life of a
mhm.
Showgirl, I think?
Life of a Showgirl.
Mhm.
And what's interesting is when it first came out, her hardcore Swiftie fans were like, "We hate it. We hate it. It's terrible. It's awful." And so it's been interesting to watch them. They're like, "Oh, the lyrics are so basic. It just sounds blah. It sounds elementary." And people who are like non-Swifties are like, "Hey, this is what
Yeah,
we've
because 'cause
kind
they're
of been
playing clips.
saying."
I'm like, "That sounds just like the other
The other stuff.
that sounds
It's a
like the other
good time.
stuff."
How much she hasn't grown, and they had one particular there's a song that's called "Wood" where she
Yeah.
is speaking sexually about Travis's man parts, and some of them have an issue with that, talking about she's alienating her audience. Taylor Swift is a grown woman. She's
Yeah.
grown, like
Mhm.
36, 35,
Yeah.
and I think that's
Super
the
grown.
trap.
Yeah,
That's the trap, that she's now running into this wall.
exactly.
You have played yourself as this young it's what the friendship bracelets mess, which is so childish to me. I was like, "Girl, you're an adult. What do you do?" But it was cute. Okay, you got
Mhm.
10-year-olds who love Tay-Tay. But now
Yeah.
that you're a grown woman and about to be married and you want this family and all these things, and you just happen to just say something about his manhood and wood and having sex, now they're all up in arms. Yeah, you're an adult, Taylor. You haven't evolved. It just hasn't pushed up to meet
And
you
I
where
I
you are.
wonder if she's evolved behind the scenes, but she has felt the need to stay in a
Probably.
certain, keep a mask on this whole time until now, and now you want that's the box she put herself in.
Yep.
And that's also because America, this is our white girl. This is our, what do you call it? Sweet as apple pie type of all American.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so then she had to stay in that and keep playing that. But so at first, because I was seeing all the stuff, and then according to my algorithm, I was seeing the same stuff as you. But then I'm also on Book Talk,
Mm.
and Book Talk loves a Taylor Swift moment. They're all Swifties, all the white ones at least. And because now the thing with books is they put playlists in the front of the books that kind of go with the story.
Oh, that's cute.
That's Yeah, and so they'll p and so then you can go on Spotify and actually get the playlist, but, like, if you open the book, it'll say to play, so it's always full of Taylor Swift songs and all that jazz, and so I'm thinking the same thing, but then I get on Book Talk, and the girlies are loving it, and then they started posting videos talking about, "You'll never make me hate Taylor, and you'll never make me understand why, I can't listen to my favorite artist." And so
Have
I was like,
at it.
"Oh, it's not all of them. It's only some of them." And then I'm like, "Okay," because do you know, P, what year did her last album come out? Because she had that big tour last year, or was it the year before?
The year before the Eras was, because I know they were off. It was like her, B.
Yeah, uh-huh. So
Let
that
me look
album
it up.
probably I don't even know the name of the album. That's how I'm not a
I
Swiftie at all.
listened
I know the
to
older singles.
I listened to like 1989 was a good time to just play in the gym. Like if that was in the gym,
Okay,
that
okay.
was a fun album, but that was also I'm pulling this stuff
Long
up.
time ago.
It was a
Yeah.
long time. Now Midnights, that was the one previous to, let me pull it on up. Oh,
I
wow.
don't know what's the
Tw
last one.
2000 2022. So there was a Tortured Poets in
That's what it is.
2024, and they did not like that one either.
2024. Okay. Well, the girlies I've seen online love tortured poets. And so it's so many of them that it will have us thinking, "Oh, it's not all of them. It's only a certain segment." But the reason why I asked that question when it came out is the mm, we have changed? No. A good chunk of white people, I think the veil has lifted, at least from the election until now. And the Tortured Poets Department, it probably came out before the election, I'm gonna say, so before November of 2024. So her audience, I think, is now starting to fragment, and it's because of the things that have been happening in the world since the election. So I think she's reached that age, but I think she's also now speaking to an audience where some of her core fans are thinking differently about the world. And then
Mhm.
here you come with the same stuff, but then worse. So I think that's the fragment that has been like, oh nah, girl, what? Because my couple of Swifty friends immediately, like I got on threads, and my one friend was you. You know that little meme of the little the little black boy at the um it's his school picture day. And so it's like 3 or 4 pictures of him like with his hands in his pockets like, happy for you.
Yes. Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Congrats. Like
But
she
mad.
put yeah, she put that
Mhm.
up. She's like, so about this horrible album. And I was like, damn, y'all really don't like, but it's only a fragment of the society and of her audience. And I think it's the fragment who have been having their own kind of awakening of what's happened. Actually probably since before that, then probably since Palestine, really. So literally 2 years. So I think now she's playing to an audience that is now, I was about to say preparing to grow up, but I think, they've started, just the veil has started lifting. So some of her audience is shifting. But that Wood song, P, so they, because first people were playing clips, and the clips I was hearing, I'm like, guys, and they were
Oh
talking about how
god.
bad like the lyricism, and I'm like, this sounds like all the songs y'all have always been playing. I think
Sounds
you're the
like her
one that's
music.
different, you guys. I think it's you that's different. But then when they played the Wood and the digmatized, and she called this thing a redwood tree,
Jesus. That
and
wasn't
they
that.
started playing clips. They're like, hey, because she's talked about sex before, but it's been lyrical, right?
Mm.
And so they played like, or they would read out, I should say, some of her lyrics. And it really was way different from these lyrics, which is just so like Nikki said, Cardi was ABC 1, 2, 3, but like about Travis's and it's like, girl, she act like Travis. I'm confused, P. And it comes out that I knew about his ex, Kayla
Mhm.
Nicole,
Mhm.
and the shade that the Swifties have been throwing her just for existing.
Mhm.
And I knew that he had 2 or 3 other black girlfriends before that. He's had a type until
Okay.
now. I did not know that the majority of her boyfriends went to a black woman after her.
Oh.
I didn't know
Oh,
that. I
the
didn't know that.
tea.
I didn't know that. Okay. Then somebody put up a clip of Travis from years ago on some kind of dating show or whatever. Did you see that one?
Tr Travis
Where he
has made an evolution of his own.
but in this particular clip, there was it was like he was choosing between a black woman and a white woman. And he said the black girl is who he resonated with the most, and they could go and play and things. But that it was the white girl that he would bring home to his mom, and who
Mm.
his mom would want him to marry. And it's just so crazy.
Mhm.
Years and years and years later,
Mhm. The
then
truth.
also Pete, you learn so much on the internet nowadays. I didn't know that he had asked Megan out before Taylor. So Kayla Nicole is one thing. Megan is another. So you mean to tell me? And so and then after Megan was like, "No, thank you," then he was like, "Okay, Taylor." Like, what is the girl? Hey, friends, we're so thankful for your support. If you want to be updated whenever we drop a new episode or when we drop some of the special things we've got coming, head on over to everythinghaschangedpodcast.com and drop us your email so you can stay locked in. Cool? Cool.
It has become, but it's all now so profitable Like, of course, her being at the games with
Mhm.
him, what, last season or when they really started to be, public, boosting up ratings and fathers being able to watch football with their daughters because they're now Swifties, expecting to see her across the screen. But really the reason why we're bringing this up is they had like you said, as soon as they started dating, it seems like those Swiftie fans have been attacking that young lady, and they have been broken up for years prior to,
Was it
if I'm
years?
correct. A
Honestly,
couple
I
it
didn't pay
wasn't
attention to the man. I didn't even know who he was
they
previously,
had
so
she when they first started, she was like, "Y'all, leave me alone. I
right.
haven't we haven't been together forever. Like,
Mhm.
please." Years and years and years. And she's like, I'm not." So this
Oh, 'cause she wasn't even the last girlfriend.
no.
Oh, 'cause I'm mixing.
But because what we didn't know, she was the most prominent, and she was with the parents, and at the football she
Yep,
was Taylor. She
and
was at
with
the football
Brittany
games,
Mahomes. Mhm,
at the Super Bowl, she was there. And
mm,
he, you know, so that's
mhm.
why we know who she is. So with this song that everybody's talking about where she's dissing Taylor, is dissing Black women, specifically his history of dating Black women. I'm pulling it up. But did you see what they were talking about with that opulence? No, I'm saying it wrong.
Opalite, which is
Opalite.
a crystal,
I gotta pull
and
it.
apparently it's his birth month crystal, and so that's what the Swifties are clinging to, saying that there's nothing wrong with this. A opalite is a white stone. It's opal. It's white, it's creamy. And then she mentions onyx, which is the black stone. People, it's opalite is white, onyx is black. And that's of course the same song where she says she's not a bad bitch, she's not savage. And that's when folks was like, "Oh yeah, Megan."
Yeah.
And the Swifties, they're just like up in the clouds. They don't even see it. They have no idea. But of course, black like, hey, we picked up on that because I was watching, and then while I was watching one girl's reaction video, she's like, "I'm not a bad bitch either, Taylor." It was
Okay.
like, girl, she's like, "I know exactly what you're saying." You're like, "You don't know what you're saying."
Me, you just
This lady's in her 30s. Like, none of these people are kids anymore.
that's the
But they're
thing.
not. Hmm.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but she's saying it's named Opalite, and she's talking about Opalite because it's his birthstone. But oh wow, it just so happens to be the white stone. And then she brings up the black stone. She brings up bad bitch. She brings up savage. And we know the one thing that I did know for sure about Taylor is that talks about her relationships.
That was her
So
whole thing.
that's her shtick.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised about, but it's like she did try to make this jump now because she's going to be a married woman and she going all these things. And it's just a lot of things at once that are weird. And then of course Kayla Nicole just because first of all, Kayla Nicole is an influencer herself. So she has an audience, a black audience, I'm sure, and it's not Taylor Swift audience, but she has her own audience. And but she did just come off that Chris Brown stage
she
right
did.
before Taylor released it. And I'm not saying that Taylor ain't been working on this music all year. I'm just saying Kayla Nicole did just come off the stage where she was the girl in the chair with Chris Brown. And it was all over the internet and TikTok and stuff because she gave Chris Brown a run for his money in that chair,
She
which
did.
most of the ladies who get up there do not do. And also because she's browner than most of the girls that he calls up too. Cause I remember that was a talking point, right? Um, so they were like, "Ooh, showing out for the black girls," but it's a very sexual thing. And if I'm not mistaken, she's a dancer too, or she
Mhm.
used to dance like a trained dance. So anyway, for that to happen, and then the next month Taylor come out being super overly sexual, and it's like, ma'am, you're not fooling anybody. You saw that Chris Brown clip.
girl. But
You saw
she
that.
it caused, Kayla Nicole to again come out and say, "Y'all, please leave me alone."
Mhm.
Why 1, Taylor, why are you even referencing me in your music
Exactly.
now?
Exactly.
They haven't been together for so long. She's like, "Stop harass." She says her fans harass her in her comments, in her DMs, everywhere she goes. When they first started in public, if they would see her in public, she would not want to go out because they would really be attacking this girl. It's like, "Ugh, stop, 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 stop. What are you doing? What are you doing?"
And I'm sorry, when you're because Taylor Swift is now a billionaire.
Yep.
Um, I guess she's considered like the number one, like you said, pop star in the world. You don't I'm always hesitant to say, oh, people need to be a role model and all this stuff. But the least you could do is not add to your audience's like denigration of a black woman
Mhm.
who, like you said, she wasn't even the last ex. Like it and then okay, so you're letting them go on and on about this. That's one thing. Then you gonna go make a song and put this girl in the song. So now I'm like, what is it that you've seen? Like Travis must have, I don't know what they
He must have loved her. Something. He
something is got
something.
under your skin where you and again, I'm no Taylor expert. So if she has made songs about specific other exes of her exes or whomever, let me know, please. Um, but if Kayla Nicole don't have nothing to do with nothing, I don't know why she let her fans go on and on about it. And then now I don't know why she's brought it up now. So it's like, what is it that I don't know if she done found, maybe he done wrote her a letter or something that she found or something.
Hey, one more time before I move forward with this. And they may really truly love each other. I won't say that, but it just seems very um put together from jump. Taylor
All of
and
this is weird.
Travis. And so like you said, hey, I'm about to move forward with this PR relationship. Do you want one more time? Can we swing the block
Because
just one more time?
even and I've never been a big proponent of even believing all the PR relationship stuff. But even I gotta say, this is some weird shit.
It was a
Because he
lot.
could even if he still looked like the Travis Kelsey that he looked like when they started dating even. But now he's got like the porn stash. He's got like his brother don't even look like the way he looked. His brother looks like all American white guy. Travis looked like he took it to a whole different level now. And it's like, Taylor, are you even attracted to this? Because that ain't who he was when y'all first met up. It just all of it looks weird, P. And so it has to be a big enough segment of her audience to where she has had to come out and say some things this week. So when she first announced the album on Travis's brother no, Travis and his brother, I think together they do that
Mhm.
podcast. So
Mhm.
she went on that podcast and announced, and she said when she was sitting there, this was her most personal to date.
I
It was her most
mean,
authentic, and they've been working on it for so long so she could be so authentic. She sold it as her most authentic piece yet. Then she put it out. All right. And people were saying so much. So then the Swifties would come in and be like, guys, maybe it's all a satire. Because if you listen to, like breaking it down like Kendrick lyrics, right? Because
mhm.
apparently, Taylor does all the Easter eggs and all that stuff, which cool, I get it. But they
That's
were
so
sitting up there
funny.
like, it must be a satire. Because if you A plus B plus C plus D, but then it's like, okay, but she told y'all how authentic and personal to her and how they went through everything with a fine-tooth comb and all that. All right? That's what she said. Then people were getting online trying to defend her saying maybe it's satire and she's fooled all of us. Then She does Zane Lowe's interview. Now, I don't know when Zane Lowe, I don't know his schedule.
Now
He
who
could
is that?
possibly, Zane Lowe is the white guy on Apple Music. And I think he has an accent. So he's from somewhere. But he interviews all the big people when they come out. Unless it's like a really, really hip hop person, then like Ebro will do
Oh,
it.
okay.
But
I've
he
seen
does,
him.
like, everybody sits with him, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know how ahead of time he does these interviews. But then she got on Zane Lowe and said it was a satire album. Oh, really, Taylor? All of a sudden, it's a satire album. It's very much giving Drake. How Drake said he made up all that stuff that Kendrick was throwing at him. And remember how Drake was like, oh, we had a mole for his mole, and we fed him all this information. And that's where he got that information from. But now you suing him for, okay, I digress. Not him, excuse me.
Tired.
UMG. But it's giving that, like, Taylor got on that microphone and said it was a satire album when she literally just said it was her most personal and authentic piece of work to date. So she saw what people were saying and she took one of the fans' theories and said that's what it was. And then she said,
Oh,
I'm older, so if you just can't relate, then you can't relate. When you get this, well, you Taylor, you've been acting like you 25 for 15 years now. All of a sudden you're older, and then
yeah.
P. I don't like to talk about people.
Don't.
I don't like to talk.
The giggles, here they go.
I'm so-
Here they come.
I just, it just has
The giggles are
P.
coming.
I don't like to talk about people and plastic surgery or anything what they choose to do to their body,
Oh.
to their face, whatever. Anyway, I seen that clip of Taylor on that man show yesterday, and I said, "Who is this white woman?"
And again,
Because
she's
this is not the
35, so
yes, but this is not the all American. This ain't even the lady. It's like she decided, let me make myself look even older when I do this and get on here and say I'm older now. I'm going to be married. I have sex. All these things that she's like never said, never had to say, but also never said so she could keep her brand intact. Then she got on here looking like, one of these older white actresses who feels like they have to fill their face up with all these things. And it wasn't even a picture. It was a video that I saw and she was talking and I was like, "Who is this lady?" Because this is not normally how Taylor Swift shows up.
mm,
But now are we in a PR crisis now? Like, are we panicking? Cuz she's just really acting weird, P. That's all I could say. And when I saw that clip, I was like, okay, this lady looked like she in her 40s trying to hold on to her youth. And Taylor Swift, that's
I
been a part
see
of her
it.
brand, how young and youthful she came and what she sings about. This person who showed up here, I said, what's going on in that house? Because Travis got the porn stash. Taylor's looking like,
Okay.
I'm confused,
Not
P.
the porn stash.
It is P. You seen it?
I've seen it.
Like,
Yeah.
it's so extra. Like, why are we doing why are we doing this?
And that's what I mean. It's all just too showy from the start. And
Mm,
because she's so public and it's like,
mhm.
"Oh, don't follow me to a restaurant," and all these things, but y'all have told us y'all business. You put it out there.
Yeah.
There are things that you can do to keep something private. This big engagement, it's everywhere, all the photos. We know this wedding is gonna be ridiculous.
Mhm.
They're setting it up.
Every celebrity gonna be there, probably.
Bless her heart. I wish them well.
Let me just say this too, P, because it would not be fair for us, not us, but it's since we're here. I'm just now seeing this. There's a picture going around of Taylor and all her exes and how old she was and how old they were.
Mm.
I do recall hearing that most of her boyfriends be younger than her. This is allegedly. I seen this on the internet. All
Okay.
in one place though, you guys. I'll put it in the show notes. But this says that when Taylor was 23, she she was dating Harry Styles, from One Direction, and he was 18. Okay. It also says she was 20. She was dating Taylor Lautner, you know, um, Jacob from Twilight, but he was
Oh,
17. Then I don't know who this young man is she kissing on right here, but this says she was 22 and he was 17. And somebody said Taylor been moving crazier than Drake.
okay.
And I
Okay.
said, why has no one, why we didn't know? And nobody has ever complained. Nobody has ever said a thing. If this is a fact, then this is also weird. And it's just not fair not to say anything.
America's sweetheart.
If so, I don't know what's going on, P, but Taylor apparently now has it out for sounds like more than one black woman, and it's really calling attention to it. Now, but speaking of Megan, P,
Mhm.
do you love her videos of her and Clay, or do you
I
love them?
do. I think they're really cute, and
Oh,
I hope they but again, because she's been through so much, it's like, "Y'all, keep it
mm,
keep it quiet. You can do this. You can
yeah,
put some stuff and just keep it to yourself." So it's like you're asking for
yeah, you're
the
right.
drama, the comments, all those things. I think they asked, Clay in one of his press conferences because the NBA season is starting
Yeah,
soon. He's like, "I'm not gonna talk about my relationship.
yeah.
I'm here to talk about my work." Thank you, Clay.
He
Please.
seemed like a nice, upstanding man, nice
He
Christian,
does.
upstanding young man.
He
But they
does.
seem so opposite. And it's just so funny because her video. I actually kind of like that though. Like if y'all don't ever
Yeah.
talk about it, but all we see, well, if she has to say something, because like you said, you probably shouldn't, right? But if she does, then okay, at least just let it be y'all little videos that y'all sit there and edit and put together and put out what you want to put out. But then when you be separate, but it just be so cute to me whenever I'm scrolling and I see that. I just like to see people being loved on anyway. And
Yeah.
they're so opposite that I always have to watch and be like, because Clay just seems to be so green. Like he just I don't even know how old he is, and I'm sure he's older than Megan probably, but he just seems to be, and he just be in the video when she brought him some food. So first of all, spaghetti, which
The
people had a lot to
spaghetti.
say about that. And he just kept eating more and more spaghetti. And he was sitting there with his knife and fork and doing his little dance. But he just seemed so happy. First of all, she seems happy and loved on. He just seems just happy to be there. And I just think it's cute. But I also never like, if this is just a thing for now, then fine. It's just a thing for now. But I just like seeing people happy and be loved on. But girl, I knew when he started talking in her voiceover videos. Because first of all, it's Megan. Because when you scroll, what's up, hotties? Like she's always yelling.
So
Like, why
funny.
are you yelling at me? You don't gotta yell, man. And then she be in the gym. And then when she started showing Clay, I said, oh, he gonna be in her videos now. And then she started talking to him in the videos and he started talking back. I said, oh, he gets to talk. I said, oh, is this serious? And then he just is so
Guys, just pull back.
they're
Hopefully
just so
now
different.
season is starting.
Yeah.
He is serious
He gonna
about
focus.
basketball. He's gonna
Yeah.
focus, as he
Yeah.
should,
Yeah. He's
as
a
he should.
big time player. He not just one of
And
them
coming
other
back
ones.
from injuries and all the
Mhm.
things with his career, and so I think this year specifically, he has to really focus and get his name back up. But
You
all
gonna
of them
blame
are
it on
just
Meg if he
we already see it. That's it.
Mhm.
Talking about what we did last week. Some
Yeah.
things you can see. You can see it coming down the road. And so
Okay.
it's like, all right, just I need that. Just be cool.
I do like that song though. That snippet she put out. I said, "Oh, that's gonna be a banger."
Oh, she's working on the albums. See, I'm lost. I didn't even
I
pay attention.
guess, but so she put out with their latest video. their latest little montage couple video, she put
Mhm.
a snippet of a new song on there, and they
Okay.
use a sample of "Kissing You" with Total. It's
Oh,
"Kissing You."
yeah,
It's the full. It's not even a. Well, you're the music. You let me know. It's not
yeah.
even a. Can I play it for you, Pete? It's just a short snippet. I'm
Go
just gonna play
for
it
it.
for you. Let you hear it. Hold on, cause look, while we here, cause I need your input because you're my expert. I love having an expert.
I love the music.
I know. You know, I'm always sending you clips anyway. I'm just saying, if
That
you
could be a
got to
good
fall in
time.
love to make some art, just go
Yeah,
ahead then. That's a good that's a good
that's a bop.
time.
That's
And
a
then
good
they
time.
added that kind of Houston in the back. And then they
Yes.
said that Jay-Z cleared. I think this came out like a week or so before. We already know he cleared for Cardi before.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he cleared for Megan. What song? Big Pimpin'.
Oh,
And
okay,
you
so
already
she's
know
working.
she in tight with
She's
Pimp
working.
C's family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
That's
working.
gonna whatever she got, that's gonna be good.
That's a good time. I
I'm
do like that.
ready.
That little
Yeah.
snippet was a
So she
bop.
yeah, that was a good that's
That
a
was a bop.
that kissing that song, I play that to this. It's on my daily playlist. I ain't gonna tell y'all the name of it because keep certain things secret. But
Oh, okay.
that's it's on my playlist that I listen to like every day. That "Kissing You," the original
It's a
with Total.
classic.
It's Total. It's
It's a classic.
oh P, that's gonna be good. So
It's a classic.
go ahead, y'all. Make y'all art. You Clay, do your basketball, do your sports ball. That's do your
Sports
sports ball.
ball.
Megan, do your music. Y'all just make y'all stay focused, okay? And then but
Focused.
have fun. Have fun. But I do like when I do like even if they stop showing whatever now. I like her showing that because people say a lot about her just because of her music
Mhm.
and she's a free woman, if you will, and all
Yeah.
these things. So I like seeing that he's like, oh no, this is me. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? You just know how people talk about women. So I just like to see. I love to see it because they both look happy. At the moment. So
They
more
do, and
power
she
to the
was
young people.
interviewed, with somebody, and she said how she doesn't like using certain words that she does in her music, like, in her real life, she
In
doesn't
real
say.
life,
So, it's like, it's a character, but that would be suffocating, I imagine. You've put out
I think
this
so.
this is your moneymaker, this is the image, this is the character that you've put out there, but in real life, like, "Oh, here I go, gotta come out here and bitch, motherfucker, hey, all this
Uh,
whatever," and you're just like, "I'm at home, just chilling. I
that's
don't
just
like to
like
use those
Chloe.
words."
That's just like Chloe Bailey. She's actually like she calls herself a nerd, and her favorite pastime is putting together Lego sets. And so she will
Oh.
walk you around her look like I was there.
Right.
But she'll take her camera and show like the Lego set that she was working on this week. And it's like a spaceship and like also even Beyonce, remember the whole when she let us in on Sasha Fierce?
Yeah.
She ain't said that since, but she went through that time where it's actually I don't know if it's an artist thing or a creative thing, as in like a creative person. That's the name we just give to anybody who, whatever. Um, but what's interesting is because like there's a business book. I don't know if it's a strictly business book. But there's a book called Alter Ego. I don't remember who it's by,
Mhm.
but there is actually a lot of talk for people who are famous and or successful and about how helpful it is to have another character. And it literally is not another, it's not even just another, it's like a whole this is gonna sound crazy, but it really is a whole different personality,
Mhm.
like personality disorder. And it's interesting because I thought only artists did that, but then when we started like reading personal development books and business books and stuff, when you're an entrepreneur and you're learning all the new whatever, it's funny because that comes up a whole lot. It's like separating yourself. And they literally say, name it, name the person. Like Megan probably got a well, it's probably like Megan Thee Stallion, and she
Yeah.
probably go by some, you know what I'm saying? So, but they literally tell you to do that, and it's that this is so interesting that's just coming up because we were talking before we got on about main character energy,
Mhm. Main
right?
character energy.
And so, like in my work, and I do a lot of brand strategy and stuff, in particular for people who are building personal brands. And it's funny because this started coming up when I started really digging into more of that work to the point where I started looking into it for myself. Cause I was like, I was always the behind the scenes person. I was always like, no, I'm just a designer. I'm the graphic designer. I'm the whatever. Just let me be back here. You can find me in a corner on the computer. I don't want to be creating content. I don't want to be. And then it comes out, well, okay, bitch. Well, then do you not want a business because you kind of have to? Like,
You have
right?
to adapt.
You
Yeah.
have to adapt. And then you start learning the things that successful people do. And that is one of those things. The alter ego. I can't remember if there's a specific theory around it, but you hear it a lot. And at first I thought it was just artists, but it's not, it's successful people across the board. A lot of people do it. They just don't talk about it. So it's
Sure.
interesting. It probably is suffocating for somebody like Megan, but then you think about like Beyonce and all the other people who do it, and then you find out that a lot of these people are doing it's almost like you don't feel like a main character, but you're like put it to you like this. I was having this conversation with a client one day, and you know how much you can believe in Beyonce? Let's use Beyonce for example. We both believe in Beyonce. You
Yes.
probably more than me, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a fan.
and you're like, Beyonce can do it, like if you're a fan, right? We're fans. We have confidence. And then when it's like, oh, well, Shonda needs to do, and I'm like, oh, hold up, I don't have confidence that I could do that I could pull that off. But if it was somebody outside of me, if it was P, if we sitting down talking about your business and you're like XYZ and I don't know, and I'm be your biggest cheerleader. And I'm like,
Yeah.
of course, like look at you, of course you can. But then when the conversation turned on me, I'm like, hold up now, but that's not me now. Wait a minute.
Right.
I'm
I'm talking
not
about you, not
talking about
me.
you. Talking about
Yeah.
you, right? When it's a person outside of ourselves, it's like we can see it better. We can pick up on that better. But then when it's us and it's like, okay, now time for you to be main character, it's like, hold up. So that's actually a part of what that theory and why they say to name it, because it's like something happens to your brain. If it's outside of you, then it's so it's almost like how did this become a business conversation? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is what I do in my leisure time. Like everything I think and talk about turns into a business conversation. But what I'm trying to say is that if you can separate them from yourself, then you can put the fire and the confidence or whatever needs to happen into that
Mhm.
person. And so that's a part of that theory. And forgive me, I do not remember what the theory is called. I just do know that there's a book called Alter Ego, but I'm sure it's in a whole bunch of other books. But it's
Sure.
almost like there's a theory then that then you can do what needs to be done if you see yourself as a person outside of yourself.
Mhm. Yeah.
I hope I'm explaining it right. I'm sure I'm not.
And what you're referring to, my therapist, has given me a mandate that I
Yes.
need to focus on main character energy. I need to step into it, step in front, be
Mhm.
visible, do all those things. And so, yes, maybe I need to name it. I need to name her.
Okay, wait. Ask your
Name
therapist. Look,
her.
ask your
But
therapist.
in that,
Don't
it's
listen to
like
me.
no, but there's a mindset, like you said, there's a mindset that I need to turn on, and I'm always worried about everyone else, which that's just that's just me. That's just who I am. But
It's
instead of
everybody.
having them first, I need to incorporate myself a little bit more. And I said, "You know what? Imma do that.
I tell you what, P,
Imma
because
do it. Imma feel myself. Feel
when I
myself."
started putting out content heavy a few years back, and my friends would text me or hit me up and like, "Oh my God, you're so comfortable in front of all this stuff." I said, "Who? Who? No, I'm not. I am not
Right.
comfortable." Actually,
Shaking in my boots.
it's called I actually might throw up. But the thing is, I can do it for 30 seconds. I can do it for 90 seconds. You see what I'm saying? In these increments. So when I turn that camera on and I talk blah 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 blah, get it all out, do one fell swoop, cause it's gonna be edited down anyway. I could do it in little increments, and then when I turn it off, I'll be like, oh, I can't believe I did that. I
Today
cannot
drained
believe
me.
today drained. It's been 5 minutes. You're like today drained me, and then I have to go through it all over again when it's time to actually post it. Then I have to
Mm,
talk myself into posting it. Now I got to go through it all over again. Like it is a constant series of decisions to do the thing. And half the time, or even most of the time, quite honestly, you lose the battle. But that good 5, 10 minutes when you catch
do it.
yourself on the wind, like I think I could do it, I think I could do it, and you hit
Do
the
it
and you do it,
and
and
walk
then for
away.
the other 23 hours of the day, you just regular old Shaun who is scared to fucking send the food back at the restaurant. That's who I am, P. I'm that person. When I last time I went out with my friends, they had to tell the waitress for me that I
Well,
didn't like my
people
food.
people are crazy, and if too many people are returning things, you don't know what they can do back there. I do believe in that. Now, if it's just bad service
That's
and
true.
the food is bad and you just don't like it, then yeah, you gotta say what you have to say. But there sometimes I'm like, "You know
No,
what?
you're right.
Mm,
You're right. I didn't even think
Imma
like
just
that though.
keep this."
I didn't. I just kept it because, and it was crazy was we went there to that establishment, to that fine establishment, which was just a bar.
Fine.
Um, we I went there for that exact order.
Aw, man, that's
I was
the
like, "'Cause
worst.
they chicken be good," and then she brought it out, the chips was stale, and I was trying to eat my
Ah,
nachos with it, and I was
mm-mm,
like and my friends was
mm-mm,
like, "If you don't send it back," I was like, "But I've already ate," like, I
mm-mm.
really was trying to eat it, and they literally flagged like, I'm that weirdo person, but I'm also apparently the person that can get on that can get online and do we got a whole fucking podcast. This, though,
Hello?
I'll say, P, this, though, is not a hard thing for me because 'cause I'm just talking to my friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What's gonna be hard is then when it be time to hit upload. Every week when
That
it's time to schedule the upload, be like, I'm like,
it's
"Well,
going
gotta do it
out.
because it's 2 of us."
Mm.
So P said we doing it, we go we gotta do it.
Doing
But
it.
yes, guys, like, you can be both people, and most people are, apparently, whether
We
we
are.
name it or not. I can just So, P, you can whenever you get that wind of main character energy, that's when you do the thing, and then it's gonna go away. But don't feel like because it went away that means anything. It don't. It's just, and
It's
then when
clicked
it's time to
on.
post or whatever, yeah. But it don't come
I'm
on and
ready.
stay on. Is all.
But she's there, is what I'm saying. I've
She's there.
acknowledged that
Yes.
she's there, and when she needs to step up, she's gonna step up, and then when I need to fall back, I fall back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That was part
Mm.
of my meditative process for my birthday. It was like, "Okay, this is what it is. This is what it's gonna be." And
Are
so
you good
this
at
year's gonna be
meditating?
great. No,
I was gonna
because my
ask because
mind
shit's hard.
mm-mm, my mind will not stop. I don't understand. I really want to know how people can just stop and be still and nothing else. I'm thinking about, I want a sandwich for lunch. Dang, I did not call so and so back. And then you
Mhm.
focus, but okay, all right, okay. Mm, that I did not service my car, did I? Random stuff just pops into my head and it won't. So I really have to pull myself back in. And so it just becomes a prayer. And my mind is just gonna
Mhm.
be my mind. There's always something, a
In my
song,
mind,
something is in
all
my head that
you.
I really have to catch myself. If I hear certain words, a song will immediately come into my head and I may sing it
Yes.
out loud and I may not. So it depends on where I am. I have to kind of keep it to myself. But there is, yeah, I be bopping. You're like, a song just came into your head. It did. It did. It did. So yeah, one time for the main character energy, one time for just being our best selves. That's what we're doing. That's how
Ever
I'm feeling.
evolving.
Ever evolving,
More than one
evolution,
person in there.
just just be the best, and it's time. This is just the beginning once again for us.
Mhm.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So how you feeling?
I was just finna ask you, P. That
Yeah.
brings us to P. This was a good
You feel
conversation
better?
because better.
Okay.
Hashtag better. I
Yeah.
always look, if I get to come run my mouth, that actually helps me. I can run my mouth about something else. You know what I'm saying? Take me out of it for a second. But I enjoyed our conversation today. I'm interested to see what else happens with Taylor.
Let's see.
I just
This
hope
will
she
probably
lay
blow
off.
over.
Like,
It'll
well,
blow over.
it will absolutely blow over because look who we talking about. You got to keep us informed on your main character isms, like
Yes.
what you're discovering about your main character. You got to keep us
Yes.
informed and
Yes, I will.
how she's stepping out and about.
She's coming.
Yeah, she's
She
coming up.
coming. See how we did that?
This how we do.
Mm, mm, mm.
And we'll
And
look when that Megan song come out too.
oh,
We gonna have to come on, Meg. Come on, we
that's a
waiting,
bop.
girl. We waiting, girl.
And before we leave, by the time this comes out, it will be homecoming week at FAMU,
Yes, yes.
and our class will be
Freshman
celebrating
class of 2000.
freshman class of 2000 will be celebrating 25 years when we arrived on the highest of 7 hills in Tallahassee, Florida, and it is wild to think about.
I
It
wish I
is
could go back
so wild. I wish I can go back to.
to that time, man.
Mm, we just didn't know. We didn't know how good we just thought we were so grown, rushing to come out into this world and be an adult.
Oh,
Um, so
Jesus.
yes, we will be talking about that. And so happy homecoming, FAMU. Be safe. We're having a good time. And I plan to go. I plan to attend
I was just
all
gonna
the
say, if
events.
my face is looking crazy right now, guys, it's because I
I
can't go to
know.
homecoming. I won't be there, and I have an
Okay.
attitude.
I know.
But look, happy for you.
Happy for you. Proud.
Proud.
Want you to be have a good time. So I will come back with all the goodness and
Yeah, P's gonna
all the
update
takes
us.
of our class and all the things we did. So look
I'm gonna be
forward to
staying
that.
off the internet next week,
FOMO.
so I can. Yeah, that FOMO is ooh, it hit me hard.
Mm,
Homecoming, something happen every year. I just cannot go one day.
I'm
But
coming.
yeah, come back with all the stories, and I'll pretend to be happy and excited for you when we talk
You
about
will be. Class of 2000. FAMU forever.
it. We do bleed orange and green, so just so you know. P, where can folks reach out to you to speak to you more, ask you any questions?
Yes, please reach me on Instagram at better3701.
Yes, and I am on Instagram and Threads at Hey Shaun the Head. The podcast is on Instagram at The Everything Has Changed Podcast. And by the time you're hearing this, we be on YouTube too. We are now officially on YouTube every Friday at noon. Catch
Yes.
us, okay? You get to see us live and in charge, our beautiful faces, okay? Gee. And if that is your drug, if YouTube is your drug of choice, you
Yeah.
can now find us there. So all the information will be linked below in the show notes.
Thank you for sticking with us, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Want to stay locked in with us so you never miss an episode? Visit everythinghaschangedpodcast.com and join our email list. That way you'll be the first to know about new episodes and all the fun stuff we have coming your way. Meet us over there.